So the tent has an awning on one side, so I just wanted to make sure that the awning was on the side where I want to be able to come in and out of. It does have doors on both sides, but I want to come in and out of one way, and I want to be able to sit out front of it, so I want to make sure the awning is where I need it to be first. Obviously, as you can see, this isn't ideal, but I've got 3 here, which they're all in there solid, but the ground is just a sheet of ice. I've managed to get every other corner all the way in, but these ones won't go in. So I'm guessing there's a root or something right underneath here, maybe, but there's no point in cranking down on them and bending them. I would prefer them to be all the way in because they make a trip hazard, but as for right now, oh, that one came out. But they're not coming out, so yeah, that one's solid. So it's not a big deal for right now, but I don't want to break the pegs before I even, you know, get started. So I just wanted to run that quickly because it is going to be really cold over the next couple of days, down like minus -20 degrees overnight. So obviously I need my little heater. I've got not one, not two, but 3 sleeping bags. I also do have a little carbon monoxide alarm. But I mean, that heater, if you're going to have a heater like that in there, I'm not going to run it overnight. I'm literally only going to run it like if I'm sat in here later on and I just want it to be a little bit warm in here, but I'll mostly be in the sleeping bags. But also just in the morning, just to take a little chill out the air, you know what I mean? Then I'll run it then, but I won't run it like, it's not going to sit in here and run all day, and it's not going to run all night. It'll be going off before I go to sleep, and then I'll turn it on for a bit in the morning, just like I do when I'm in the truck. I'm sleeping in the truck. My plan is to convert it and put a wood stove in here. I have everything I need. I have the stove, I have the flashing kit. The only problem is they don't have 2 elbows. I need 2 elbows for the stovepipe, and they don't have them in stock right now. So as soon as they're back in stock, then I'm going to do a conversion video and show you how to convert it and, you know, run a stovepipe in here. And once the wood stove's in here, then it'll be like super nice and warm, because this tent is mega. I love this tent. I've wanted one of these for so long. This is the White Duck Outdoors Prota Deluxe, and it's deluxe because, as you can see, it's got the vents on either side. So it's got a vent here, a vent there. These also unzip, so you've got ventilation on all 4 sides, which is nice because in the summer you can get a cross breeze either way, but you also can zip them up. So in the winter, like, I don't need to have that open right now, but I just have it open for a bit more light in here, but I can zip that up, and when I want to run the heater and stuff when it's cold, and it'll be nice and toasty. The one thing I love is, like, this is a 10 by 14 foot, so obviously it's 14 foot this way, 10 foot this way. So this is a full-size camping cot. Like, this is an XXL camping cot. This is as big as you can get. This mattress is 31 inches wide, and it's not even as wide as this cot, and I could fit another one in here and still have room in the middle for people to move around. And the nice thing is, it has opposing doors. So obviously there's a door right there which I've been coming in and out of, and then this one here is also a door. So I can, but you see it's got the bug netting on there for ventilation. So yeah, you see it's got another door here. So if you do have 2 people in here, like, you could fit a queen size bed in here. You could probably fit a king size bed in here, and you'd still be able to get in and out, and you've still got room to have a wood stove, or like I've got it set up right now. In fact, I could probably have a wood stove in here in one of the corners and still have this table in here, and it would all fit, and I can obviously cook in here and stuff, which is nice. But for me, I mean, tonight I'll bring my little camping chair in here and I'll sit and I'll have the heater going, and it'll be nice and toasty warm. Oh. Did I mention how in love with this tent I am? This is awesome. Food is excellent. Lamb chops, green beans, Hudson North peach mango cider. I haven't had cider in years, but I saw this and I was like, I do love peach mango. I'll admit, like a peach margarita or a mango margarita. So I thought I'd try it. And it's very nice. It's really nice. So, yeah. I'm going to enjoy this. Going to enjoy the view whilst the sun sets. Eat my food and then I might whack the heater on and chill out for a little bit. I don't know if the camera can pick that up or not, but the ice is like shifting. I think probably because it was warmer earlier in the week, and now, like I say, it's cold. I don't know if it looks it, but it's really cold. And like all day, that's all I could hear was the ice. As it's refreezing, it's just like boop, boop, boop. Did you hear that? It's weird. I hear it like cracking. I mean, I know it's not like cracking like it's gonna break because it's solid, but it's just cracking because it's freezing again. I guess because it's contracting, I don't know. does it expand as it freezes? Yeah, it expands as it freezes, right? So that's probably what's happening. People always ask me when I do hot tent stuff what the temperature difference is, and I always forget that my watch is actually a thermometer, so right now it's saying it's 50 degrees Fahrenheit here above the propane stove, and the propane stove is on low, which is about 10 degrees Celsius, and I know right now it's minus 10 degrees Celsius outside, so that's not bad. That's a good 20 degree difference. I mean, it's not crazy warm, but like I say, the thing's only on low. If I put it on high, probably be a bit warmer than that. Well, not quite whiteout conditions, but pretty close out here. Visibility's alright, but it's cold. Oh no. Scissor. They didn't come out great, but I'm not really sure why. I've perfected pancakes at home, flapjacks, whatever you want to call them, but I don't have the settings on this. There's no like numbers, so it's just kind of a guess. So I think the pan probably wasn't hot enough. Got one more in there. We'll see how that one comes out. Tastes good. This is the plant-based one. Kodiak cakes. It's nice. Well, how many times is that now? 3 or 4? I'm just trying to keep the awning and the roof of the tent free of snow because it's warmer in there, so once the snow hits the roof of the tent, it's melting, but then because it's so cold outside, it's sort of just turning into heavy slushy snow. And I could roll the awning up, but I want to be able to keep this bit clear because it's icy, and that way when I am outside I can sort of do my best to clean my boots off before I walk inside. That way I'm not bringing snow inside it. But I'm also going to have to, when I get home later on, is just take this out, set it up in the backyard, and the nice thing is it's big enough that I can just go in there with a vacuum or a shop vac and vac everything out of it, which is nice. And yeah, still snowing. Still snowing. This is a bit that people haven't seen. Doesn't matter, every time I've done a snowstorm overnight, it doesn't matter if I'm front country camping like this or if I'm back country camping where I hike in, every time I get plowed in. So I'm trying to make sure that I keep this clear, so at least I've got I can try and get out tomorrow, because in order to get back here, well, it doesn't matter if you go back country or front country, like I say, in order to get there you have to use a county or a town maintained road, and that means they're going to come along and plow it. And what's happened to me every time, like I say, is my truck gets plowed in, whether it's at a trailhead or like this, and then I spend forever trying to dig it out. And that's even worse when you've hiked all the way back in deep snow to get back to your truck and realise that now you got to do a bunch of shoveling, so might as well stay on top of it. Probably sick of seeing me walk out on this lake. Probably sick of seeing me drop all the snow off the awning of the tent, but I do it to try and show you like the difference between when I started and now. It's still snowing a little bit, ever so lightly. I'm wearing 2 hoodies and 2 jackets because it is cold. I mean, it's gonna be negative 21 degrees tonight. So I just looked at the watch, the thermometer, and above the heater it's about 65 degrees with the low setting on the propane. So that's why. If I'd been out in it all day, I'd be kind of used to it, but considering I've been in the tent because it's warm in there and I was just trying to stay dry, then it feels a lot colder. I was gonna light the fire outside, but you know, now that it stopped snowing, but that just doesn't seem like a good idea because there's a wind maybe you can't see it, you might be able to see some of the snow. The wind's blowing pretty good, so whichever side of me isn't facing the fire is going to be cold. All the inside of my nose and stuff is freezing. Like all my boogers are frozen, as you can probably see. I don't know if you can see. There's maybe three inches of my face exposed because it's chilly. It's chilly. Working the camera, if I have to take my gloves off for a single second to work the camera, instantly frozen. So I'm not going to do too much of that. And I'm also worried about the camera freezing with the snow. It gets wet, water seeps down in there, and then obviously it gets cold and it freezes inside the camera, which isn't good. But it's just gorgeous, that's the thing. Just gorgeous. Right, well, we have splashdown on a couple o' glizzies. I did have some chicken stir fry to cook with vegetables and all that stuff, but there's onion in it, and if I do that in here, this place is just going to stink for ages. And the other thing is, I can chow a couple of these now, and I can reuse the water to cook some more later if I get peckish, which makes more sense to me than doing the other thing. Plus, who doesn't love gobbling a couple of glizzies? Camera battery's gonna die, so I'm gonna eat these and chill out and probably see you in the AM. I guess this is where I leave you guys. It's been a fun trip. It's been a great trip. The snow was awesome. The tent was awesome. Like I said, I've wanted one of these tents for ages, and it's just killer. I mean, for a front country camping experience, for a car camping experience, for a campground experience, like, you cannot beat that tent. Like, it is just, it's perfect. It's just, I could live in the thing. That's the main thing. Like, I could, with the setup I had in there, I could probably live in that thing for an extended period of time. And like I say, I'm gonna put the wood stove in there, and once the wood stove's in there, who knows? Who knows how long I could stay out on trips like this. So I'm looking forward to that. Should be fun. The tent is still covered in snow, as you can probably see. So I'm not actually gonna pack it all away. It's just gonna put it down and then bundle it in the back of the truck, because I am going to have to set it up in the backyard, like I say, and make sure there's no moisture and stuff in there before I I'd pack it away. But then again, hopefully I can get the elbows for the stove, and maybe I'll be able to do that this week whilst it's still set up in the backyard. Potentially. That'll be fun. Anyway, thanks for watching, and as always, I'll see you on the next one. Take it easy.